Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me in today's webinar. Today's webinar we're going to focus on something that's a little bit different, something out of the ordinary. So today what we're going to focus on is what is called news management. Okay? Now everybody's trying to figure out, okay, news management. I have an idea what it is, but what can we do with news management? Well, you can pretty much put in any updates for the company, any product or service updates that you like to include for the website, or you just want to put in some content for distributors so that way they can be updated with distributor news. So in able to get this working, or at least to get it displayed, first thing we need to do, of course, is we need to log into the website or log into your website, and under the menu company, you're going to go to News Management. And then we have the first item, recent news. Now, recent news could be anything that the company has made any changes to, any upgrades, any new services or products. So you want to place that content here. So before we click on the add button, let's go to settings so we can just review some of the options that we have here. So number one, if you're going to have any images tied to your news, of course you want to make sure that show images is selected. And of course, when it comes to the headline article, you can select which news you want to appear first on the list. So right now we have nothing selected, so of course we need to go and add a news, and then how many records of news you want to display on the page. So just want everyone to see how this page is going to look for the settings, and let's go ahead and click on the add button. That way we can see everything. Alright, so here we have something that's pretty much basic. So of course you want to put in the title of your news. So it could be anything related to the company, any changes, modifications, anything that you know that's going to draw attention for your users. And this could be anyone. It could be anyone visiting the website for the first time. It could be your regular customers and shoppers or distributors. Okay, so of course you need to put in the actual name of the company. I'm just using this as an example. Okay, so this is just an example. So of course you will be in charge of applying the content for the news. Then of course you have your start and finish date, your start and time date. So the start date we'll leave it for today. The finish date, let's say we're going to end this for Saturday, the 17th. And the start time, I'm going to change this to 3:30. And the finish time, I'll put it to, let's say, 11 o'clock p.m. Now, even though automatically set as visible is checked, but always double check everything. And then you're going to click Save and Close. So that will allow you to create different types of news for recent news. Now, even though it's not appearing here automatically, but if you go back to settings, then you can see under headline article, select the news for today or the name of that news article, and then show images if you already uploaded an image when you create your newsletter, and then it will appear. So the same rules apply for product news and distributor news. The only difference is for distributor news, you only want distributors that have an account and that can log into the back office. They should be able to see this as long as you add a menu in the back office for your distributors. Now let's say that this news is expired and is no longer needed to be available. You want to find an easier way to delete it. If you click here on all news, it's going to show you all of the news that you created, and all you need to do is place a checkbox here next to the news that you created and then click delete the selected news. Now the pop-up in Chrome will appear here on the top. If you're using Firefox, it will probably appear somewhere here in the middle of the page. So are you certain you want to delete the selected item, news, Click OK, and your news is deleted. Now this is the basics of creating news and applying it to depending on the menu under news management. Now the real question is, that all sounds good, Jesse. Now how can I add this news in the back office for distributors? Okay, well, first and foremost, let's go to the back office, because as far as we know, only distributors have a back office. They have a genealogy, they can view commissions, they can review anything that's partaken to the company. Okay, so I would say let's go ahead and add the news menu under my back office. So this is just an example. You can add this anywhere you like, but let's say we just want to add it in the back office for distributors. Okay, so we're going to click here on edit menu, because this menu here is called a custom menu module. So we just probably want to add news probably under let's say forms and agreements. So I'm going to click here on edit menu and make sure my back office is selected, so then I could go ahead and click design menu. Alright, so here's going to show us a breakdown of all of our menus that are tied to my back office. Okay, and I'm just double checking to see if there is a news menu here for our back office module. So I'm just double checking everything, and it doesn't seem like there is one. So let's go ahead and create one by clicking on add top level item. And you're going to see exactly why I'm doing this. Alright, so our new menu is called news, and then under main action, because it's going to be tied to a page, we want to search for distributor news. Alright, so I actually found a page that was already created with the software, so I'm going to select distributor news. Now of course we only want distributors to view the page, the menu, and the content, so I'm going to select here under read only access distributor. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in the search icon, which is your font awesome icon, so you can actually add an icon next to the menu and it will appear here as a preview. So once you've done that, I will probably set maybe 8-9 pixels of space in between the icon and the actual name of the menu. And then if you want to, you can actually change the color by clicking on the color box here, and depending on the color scheme of your skin, then of course you're going to select the correct color. Alright, once you're done here, you're going to click Save and Close. So that's going to create the menu news, and then is going to have the page tied to that menu. Okay, so we could clearly see it here, and just a friendly reminder, every time you create a new menu, it will always appear at the bottom of the page, but you can click on the menu here, and then you can actually rearrange it anywhere on this page. So I want this menu to appear right after forms and agreements, so I'm going to drag it here to the first legend that has a green line on top, which is insert before this item. So I'm inserting news right before FAQs. So that's all what it means. Okay, once we have it here, then we click back, and then you could go ahead and click Save. Alright, so we're going to go back to my back office module. We're going to see the news menu here, and we're going to click on it. Alright, and there you have it. We have a distributor news content. I'm not sure if there's really something in here, but let's go ahead and delete it. So this is just an example what you can do when it comes to the news management. So this is going to help you in the long run. Maybe you don't want to send out a broadcast email to your distributors. Maybe you just want to put something up in the back office for your distributors. And yeah, that's it. We could go ahead and conclude this webinar on how to create a news management, whether it's based on recent news, product news, or distributor news, and how you can actually create a menu in the back office for your distributors and include your content here. I want to thank once again, everyone, for joining this webinar. I hope I provided value for your time, and we will see you again at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you.